This function receives an array of integers and returns the greatest value found in the array. The question here is, can we say that this function is correct? For the sake of discussion, let's assume that the array is non-null and that it contains at least one element. So is this function correct? Well, obviously it is. But alright, only this time let's prove it formally and make sure that we know why we think the function is correct. Before the loop, we are setting maximum to the first value in the array. This overly complicated notation will record the fact that the max variable will contain the maximum out of a subarray consisting only of the first element. If the array only contains one element, then the loop will not execute, and this value will be the overall result of the function, which proves it works correctly in that case. Otherwise, if the array contains more than one element, we hit the loop. This is the place where we define so-called loop invariant. That is a condition which must hold true during entire execution of the loop. Loop invariant here is that for any given value I, variable named max will contain maximum of elements with indexes smaller than I. We are proving that the loop invariant is always true by induction. When we enter the loop for the first time, loop variable will have value 1, and indeed max variable will be set to the first element of the array, which is the greatest one this far. Now we need to prove that the invariant will hold at the end of the loop iteration. For any value of I, we hit this inner if instruction. If value at position I is greater than max, then max assumes new value, making max variable the maximum of all elements this far. Otherwise, if current value is not greater than max, value of the max variable will not change. Either way, when loop variable steps to the next value, the max variable will reflect the maximum of all values at positions 0 through index I inclusive. We have just proven that the loop invariant will hold when the next iteration is initiated. And by inductive reasoning, we conclude that when a loop terminates and the loop variable reaches the length of the array, variable max will indeed contain maximum of values from the entire array. Thus we have proven that this function will indeed return maximum value from any non-null, non-empty array.